Another very interesting thing is that if you actually go to the book of Exodus, when we were at Mount Sinai, the very famous event that unless someone's an atheist, everyone agrees that the Jewish people got the Torah at Mount Sinai. But we have something very interesting. It says in the book of Exodus chapter 20, verse 15, the entire people saw the thunder and the flames, the sound of the shofar, and the smoking mountain. The people saw and trembled and stood from afar. Later on, in the book of Deuteronomy, Moshe Rabbeinu also says, you saw Hashem's words at Mount Sinai. Now, Chazal says, what do you mean you saw? We heard his words. We heard the sounds. But like we said in the beginning of the Lashah, there's no such thing as a mistake in the Torah. It's divine. So Chazal actually says, the sages say, no, they actually saw the sounds. When Hashem spoke, there was writings on the sky. When the shofar was blown, the sound made an image in the sky. So there was some scientists that wanted to see if it's possible to see sound. One was a scientist by the name of Yaakov Guggenheim, an engineer, where he connected different machines to his voice, and he started trying to make his voice make this machine draw what he's saying. So if he says apple, he wants the machine to draw an apple, or draw a word that says apple. A similar research was done by another scientist named Chaim Ben Arav Chai Elbaz. He's a physicist. So both of them had these machines, different strategies, but the same purpose. So what do you do when you try to make sounds? If you say ow, what is the machine going to draw? So you have to go to the simplest possible thing. Where do you go? To the alphabet. A, B, C, D. When they said A, Babkis, nothing came out. They said B, nothing. C, D, E, nothing. Said, oh, you know what? Let's try a different language. Try different languages, nothing. Baruch Hashem, one of them was a religious Jew. He said, oh, I also know Hebrew. So he tried Hebrew. And both of them discovered the same thing. The only language that the machine draws is Hebrew. When he said the letter Tet, the machine drew an image of Tet, exactly as we know it from the Torah. When he said Ayin, he drew an Ayin. Pei. See, this is not like a coincidence. These pictures are a little bit bigger. When they said A, nothing came out. Looks more like an E than an A. B looked like just random. C, D, nothing. Nothing looks like anything. But if you look at the Ayin, it looks like an Ayin. Lamed, you see a Lamed. Bet, you see a Bet. Zayin, you see a Zayin. Every letter in the Hebrew alphabet, you see the machine drawing it. From what? From sound. So apparently, Chazal wasn't kidding when they said that according to the Torah we saw Hashem's words, there is a way to see sound.